Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Well, viewers, we are switching conversations to police. So this morning we have on set with us ASP Karen Stewart. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, great. So, well, I want to first start off with just a few updates on what's been going on. Now, we've seen some shooting and so on this week. I don't know what you can share with us about, just some details.
Okay, so I can't give you much details about that because these are investigations are continuing. Police are working assiduously towards apprehending the perpetrators, and we are monitoring those issues. But even though those things did happen within the past week or so, it's very minimal. So I don't want people to get scared or anything like that. We are doing our best to make sure that the island remains properly secure.
All right. Well, tomorrow is International Women's Day.
Yes,
and one thing that we've gotten to look forward to, we've started to look forward to, is that march that the police does involving some of the best of our women who are in the force.
Right. So that is on. We have, this year we are having it after, the whole COVID and so on. We're having it again tomorrow, starting at 8:30 from Tambourine Square. And we would be coming downtown to the library where we would have a church service thereafter. It would not only be female police officers, but we also extended the invitation to the other services on the island, such as the Defense Force, the fire services, even the security services, to be a part of the whole thing.
All right, great. Is there any other activities planned for tomorrow?
That's it for tomorrow, but we have a whole week of activities for our women. It started on Sunday. We started off on Sunday with a games night and karaoke at Big Dog Bar, because some of these places are still unfamiliar to me. But we had games night and karaoke there. It was really, really, really fun. And then yesterday we had a symposium where we explored the whole her. That's what we called it, exploring her, from the mental aspect, the physical aspect, health-wise, as well as the mental health part. Yeah, so we covered all aspects, and the turnout was really, really great. It was not only women police there. We had members of the fire services, security services, and so on. Immigration was present. The attendance was really good, and it was really an impacting symposium. Yeah.
Great.
So, tomorrow, of course, would be the march and the church service. Then on Thursday, we have our cocktail function where we will be honoring the Commissioner of Police. Yes, yeah. She has shattered that glass ceiling, and we are really, really excited about, being able to honor her in true Tobago style.
And this will be for first time in Tobago becoming.
Yes, yes. Wow. So we are really excited about that. Then on Friday, we have a bonfire up at Castara, right? It's like the culmination of the symposium. Because the ladies were given certain things to do in terms of homework, and then on Friday we culminate that with the bonfire. And on Saturday we have interdepartment netball, again the police service against the services, including the THA, because we did extend the invitation to the THA departments for them to come out and compete against us. Let's see who's the best.
And can the public be a part of that in terms of viewing?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's not limited to just women. The support would be great.
And where is it taking place?
That takes place at the Canaan netball court. Yeah, and on Sunday, where everything comes to an end, we have cricket interdepartment cricket competition at Sid Gray. Again, come out and see how the police would perform against the other services.
Certainly. Yeah. Quite a long list of things.
Yes.
I mean, did the fact that we now have a woman commissioner of police, did that influence anything this year?
Actually, in terms of our activities, not really. We remember COVID kept us so restricted, so many activities, and this is an opportunity for us to reconnect. Yeah, as a body, with these activities, and also to treat with some of the issues that women have been facing. What we recognize is that, one of the things society expects is that a woman would always be strong, she takes care of everybody else and doesn't take care of herself. She puts everybody else first. When you're a mother, or a wife, you could be sick and you would get up and you would do everything else to make sure everybody's okay. That's what women do. So we took this opportunity to take care of the individual, to have the individual understand, if you're not taking care of you, you can't take care of anybody else.
Certainly not.
Yeah, so that's what we're targeting.
Now, there's something special about the police force in Tobago, and
Yeah.
that is the fact that there's almost more women in there than
Yes,
men.
yes. There is a bit more women in Tobago than there are men. Yeah.
And how does that work? You know, like I mean, is it any difference to the divisions in Trinidad and so on with that the different ratio of women police to male police?
Well, we make it work because we have to make it work. Remember, we are policing an island, so we work with whatever resources we have. Hence the reason, there was that drive to recruit more to recruit male persons on Saturday last.
Yes.
Yeah, there was that drive so that we can augment the strength because we are woefully inadequate. But we make it work. It is not different to any other divisions because the same challenges we face and whatever, but we manage with the resources that we have. Yeah.
And I mean, in terms of just that the women, the amount of women that are there, how has that affected just the way that you guys are able to relate to the public?
I've not had any complaints.
Well, that's a good thing.
So I don't think, because at the end of the day, we sometimes always talk men, women, but at the end of the day, we're police officers, right? And we're expected to carry out our functions without fear, favor, malice, or ill will. So when you deal with a situation, you shouldn't look at the gender of the individual, see that this is a police officer who came to address your issue. And the question is, was the issue appropriately addressed or addressed to your satisfaction? That is what should be the concern, not the gender of the individual.
Certainly.
Yeah.
And then in terms of, why do we have so many women? What do you think attracted so many women to the police force?
But it's not, I want to be clear, we are not in the majority in the TTPS, huh?
Well, at least in Tobago.
It's only in Tobago.
Yes.
And that is largely because the persons who live in Tobago are here. Yeah. So that you'd find that more than likely when you pass out or graduate, we pass out as we say in the service, but graduate from the police academy, they tend to send you closer to where you're living. So if you have mostly women, that's where they will go. Yeah. I mean, you try as much as possible to balance it out, but it's not always that practical. Yeah.
All right. And then in terms of the recruitment drive that you recently had to get more young men on board,
right,
was that successful?
I would think that it was, because I saw the long lines based on photos and so on. And however, I do want to say that it was mostly Trinidad males that were present, not our Tobago males. I don't know why that is so, because I mean, it was being publicized and that sort of thing. So I don't know what is causing that lack of interest in the police service from Tobago males. Yes, so, but it was really, really well attended. I can't give you figures as yet because the police academy has not provided us with that data. But as soon as that comes to hand, we'll make it known.
Is it still open for people, or is it that it's on? I mean, you have to wait for those recruitment days.
So prior to COVID, there was a walk-in process. Yeah. So as the place has started opening back up, I don't know what the police academy or how they would choose to address that whole issue of recruitment, if they would revert to having the walk-in process or they would do mass screening like they did last Saturday. But I can tell you, though, is that they have a backlog of applicants already inside, especially women. Yeah, hence the reason you'd find that the recruitment drive was solely for men, because they have a lot of women on the waiting list waiting to be processed. So the likelihood of them doing any kind of screening for women anytime soon is very unlikely.
No, I mean, I just want you to talk about your personal experience, just as being a woman, being in the force, you're an ASP, in the force and so on. Like, what's that been like for you?
Okay, so I have 27 years service this year. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Right. So I've seen the service evolve. Yeah. When I just joined, a young Tobago girl going to Trinidad, and then graduating and going into a particular division. And I, for the first time, experienced what sexism was like. Yeah. So I know what that is like, because coming out of Tobago, you know, you don't know those things. And that was like a shocker for me, because I saw my male counterparts being given certain privileges, you know. And I want to be perfectly clear, I was not afraid to work. So you could have sent me anywhere. I was quite, because I was, you know, you at that age, you're young and you're excited and you want to do just about everything. So I was quite the person who felt that I could do everything that my male counterparts could have done, but I wasn't given that opportunity. However, that did not prevent me from pushing forward and, you know, doing all the stuff that was given to me, and I did it to the best of my ability. So much so that within my 3 years of service, I ended up in a specialist section because of the work I was doing. Yeah, and when I got into that section, that is where I think things changed for me, because at the helm was a senior woman police called Kathleen Weeks, and she was the one who inspired me as to how it is, you know, how a woman in a male-dominated profession should be, how she should adjust, how she should manage people, and that sort of thing. And that is how what worked for me coming through the years. She has been my mentor, because I saw her as the person in charge of that department, speaking amongst regional heads as the only woman, the first woman probably in the TTPS operating in that department, you know. And she was, I speak with a passion, because
you can see it. We can totally see it.
She just inspired me, and you know, she had such class. Yeah, she did it with such class. Even when she was challenged by our male counterpart, she did it with such class. She responded with such class, and that is what inspires me. So now, as I am in a supervisory capacity, you know, I treat with people, not gender.
Great.
Yeah. So I don't allow gender to determine how I treat with a situation. A male comes to me, I treat with him, not his gender. That is not important. The work has to be done. Yeah, we all signed up to do this job, and we need to make sure that it's done to the best of our ability.
And that is the true essence of what it means to have gender equity in our world. And of course, that is the theme for our International Women's Day. And I want to thank you, first of all, for your service and your dedication to us in Trinidad and Tobago. And yes, we are happy that we have women like you in the force, making that difference and inspiring others as well.
Yes.
And thank you for being on this morning and sharing your story.
Thank you.
All right, viewers. Well, that's how we're going to wrap this morning's show. We have a very special show planned for you tomorrow, so you don't want to miss that out. So you want to tune in and have a safe and wonderful day, and we'll see you again. Bye for now.
So wake up and hear me neighbor, 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is